This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. 10th carry now for Elliott. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup there. On 2nd down now. It's Elliott, and he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing, Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it up, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Blankenship's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
New York set to take the field. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's a give to Barkley. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A handoff to Barkley. Across the 35.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Back to throw. Jones. Jones has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the... But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a bit too much.
Jones on third down, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Prescott. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And a good effort on the return there gets him across the 30 up to the 33. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
On first down, Elliott.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
45 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Jones. And Ingram holds it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Jones now on first down. Caught by Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Jones gets it quickly to Galladay. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 21. A 1st down carry for Barkley. Credit the tackle there to Jordan Lewis. On 2nd and 7, Jones. He's got Slayton on the slant. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Neville Gallimore. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. On 2nd down, Barkley. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Kick is indeed good, and they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
The defensive end, Cameron Wake, brings him down. 3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. From the gun, Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the 1st. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. And you know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Over the middle, complete. That's Elliott. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A couple of first downs as the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down, Prescott. That's caught left side by Hardman. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. No running room for Zeke on first down as he'll maybe get a yard out of that. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. To throw is Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now Prescott completes it to Hardman. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Blankenship's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And at this point, maybe you say, you know, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division, but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. Barkley hit in the ball, pops free. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's a pretty partner if you're even thinking about sitting on the...
You don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Prescott from the gun. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Nicole Hardman there to make the grab. And the Cowboys continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is now 24. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. That's caught by Galladay. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 16 yards there. 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another first down. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Meanwhile, Jones' throw here taken in by Ingram. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
This ball complete. Jones to Ingram. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Back to throw again. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Now Jones. Staying on his feet, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton there to make the grab. And the Giants are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Well, look, this is a team, Charles. They've faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Cowboys are able to recover. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll run on first down. It's Elliott, and he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Escaping a tackler at the 25. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 64 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Prescott on first down.
On the slant, he's got Hardman. And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see. Again, it's Elliott. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Now Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cowboys have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 23.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Now here comes Daniel Jones and the Giants again.
He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start. Means that they're strong mentally. They've kind of calmed themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they even changed game planning a little bit in order to make things better for them.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Throwing Jones.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Dallas offense set for this next drive.
And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only 1 timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. first down. Elliott. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check. Got that done. Win a wild card game. Big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the